Welcome back to the courtroom where every decision carries weight and every word reveals a story. Today, we're following the case of Francisco Casus III, a 55-year-old man facing a felony theft charge in the state of Texas. But this isn't just another petty crime. On paper, this is a case about choices, regrets, and a man possibly trapped in a cycle he doesn't fully understand. The judge sharp, fair, and clearly not afraid to ask the tough questions. The defense attorney tries to paint a picture of a man turning his life around to vac classes, photography, construction. Sounds promising, right? But when the judge zeroes in on one question, so why are you stealing? Asterisk stats when the cracks start to show. From hidden license plates to past thefts and awkward justifications, this courtroom moment is less about punishment and more about truth. Stick around because by the end of this hearing, you'll be asking yourself, was this justice or mercy?
File stamp Francisco Casas.
Hi, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning. If your client will come up.
Yes, ma'am. I haven't had the pleasure of being before Your Honor, but my name is Eduardo Castillo from Laredo, so don't hold it against us.
No, I will not. Nice meeting you. You know, I've
meeting
never
you,
had a
Judge.
chance to drive to Laredo.
You're not missing out.
Yes, I am.
It's a boring drive, and unfortunately, with everything going on, you know, I remember back in the day when we would take guests from out of town to Laredo and enjoy dinners and what have you. That part is gone, but other than that, luckily the spillover, it's.
Oh yeah, you know what I always tell people, when you are accustomed to your location, you just take everything for granted. But on that drive that you're taking, try to see it in the eyes of somebody who's never taken the drive.
You're right. You're right.
People always say, "Oh, there's nothing to see." I'm like, "Are there trees?
You're right.
Birds
You're
chirping?"
You're right. You're right.
And I always drive and I always wonder, hey, what are people doing, you know, at that house? I wonder what they do. Like, where's
That house in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
You're right.
So
You're right. You're
I think it's always
right.
beautiful.
Pleasure being before you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 4139, State of Texas versus Francisco Casas III. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
For purposes of the record, Eduardo Castillo on behalf of Mr. Casas.
And are you Mr. Casas?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, ma'am, I did, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Casas, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that you were charged with the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering the... I spoke too soon.
There it is.
All right. Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, hopefully that the court accepts the agreement. We hope that the court accepts it. We hope that the court finds it just. There was these prior incidents, which is why we're before Your Honor. Thank you very much. Which is why we're before Your Honor. I will let the court know that he is on his own. I learned that he signed up for a HVAC, right? HVAC through the community college, and it's not one of those where sometimes our clients tell us that they want to do something, and I was actually happy to see that he's actually registered for courses for certification. He does photography on his own with his wife, and he does construction for his family. So I hope that all these things collectively keep him busy and on the right path, Judge. But other than that, that's all I'm asking the court to consider, Judge.
Okay, so why are you stealing?
Been thinking about that, Your Honor.
Hmm?
I've been thinking about it, and
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out because the reason why you're here in felony court is because you have a previous theft.
Yes, sir.
So how old are you?
55.
All right, so why are you stealing?
Selfish foolishness, Your Honor.
I mean, but for what purpose? I mean, I see you went to Home Depot, you paid for one item, you had other items hidden. They're saying that the license plate on your car was covered by paper. I don't know if they're saying it's a paper license plate or if you had your license plate and covered it. It appears from reading the report that you had a license plate, but you covered it with paper, which would suggest to the court that you covered it with paper because your intent was to go in the store, steal, and leave.
Foolish selfishness, Your Honor.
I mean,
Read it.
foolishness and selfishness is something that maybe teenagers do, but not in their 50s. So I'm just trying to figure out if there's a disconnect, what's going on. Why would you do it? I mean, you are 55. Why are you doing this? And I'm asking you this because I'm trying to figure out what conditions to put for you. Or is this going to be another situation where you're on probation, you don't steal while you're on probation, and then when you're completed probation, if you complete it, then you go back to stealing again. So I'm trying to figure out.
This is where the courtroom tension peaks, and it's not about legal jargon or procedural twists. It's about humanity. The judge presses again and again, "Why are you stealing?" And Francisco's answers, vague, hollow, selfish, foolishness. That's not just a confession, it's a cry for clarity. The court isn't just deciding punishment here, it's trying to understand him. And that's rare. Think about ITAT 55, with a business, a trade, and support from his wife. Why risk everything for some hardware store items? The judge suspects intent paper covering the license plate. That's planning. And yet, Francisco sits there, unable to offer anything beyond a shrug and regret. Is this deeper than theft? Mental health? Compulsion? Let us know in the comments. Is this a case of criminal intent or something more complex and emotional at play?
What's going on with you? Why are you stealing? For example, the items that you stole from Home Depot, why? Why those specific items?
They were there, Your Honor, and it was a lapse of reason, and I just did it, and it was something that I regret, and I want to move forward, and I don't want to be back in the system again, Your Honor.
All right, so the previous theft case that you had in 2008, why did you steal there?
Again, it was bad judgment, Your Honor. That's all I can say. It's been a long time.
But I mean, even in 2008, you're still not a teenager. I don't understand how that, and maybe you don't have an answer for me, but I don't understand how stealing translates into bad judgment. We're out here, we're making choices. Maybe we're thinking we're going to get away with the choices that we're making. I'm just trying to figure out. So when's the last time you were employed?
I've been employed, Your Honor. I do photography. I have a website. I've been doing it registered with the state business since 2015. I'm also restoring a house right now, actively.
All right, so counsel, do you know why he's stealing? Is he just, is it irresistible? What's going on?
I don't want to misrepresent the court that I understand or know the reason why. What I did make sure to try to eliminate was, in my experience, oftentimes the stealing, the root of it, oftentimes could be drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to eliminate that as a possibility, and I hope the court agrees. But as far as the actual why, I don't know. I don't, and in my conversations with him, when I first met him and we worked together along the way, I respectfully, I think the court hit the nail right on the head in that I don't even know if he knows that answer.
Mm-hmm.
But
so I don't think it's drugs. I don't think it's he's stealing so he can sell and
right.
make money. I'm just trying to figure out what class would be needed for
Yes,
him.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm not familiar with the classes but I would imagine in Bear County, you all have something along the lines of thinking for a change or something along those lines
Mhm.
that allow the individual to make better choices in certain situations. Respectively, I think if the court were to consider something like that, because I'm confident in having gotten to know my client that yes, drugs luckily is not an issue here that will complicate this case for Your Honor or for him. But something along those lines, perhaps.
All right, just one moment. So are we done?
I believe so. Your days ago.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All I had to do was put the new card up here on your side, and I did video.
All right.
So that cable is good. As far as active English thing up there,
Mhm.
I'll just there's just time. You have a break, like 15 minutes. Then I can.
Oh, we'll take our break at
Yes, ma'am.
noon.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. All right. All right, probation. In this case, do you all have some sort of class for him? His theft is not related to drugs. I don't know if there's a mental health issue. I don't know if it's irresistible to him to take items. All right. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. There's to be no contact and restitution to Home Depot. All right, Home Depot has done a no trespass warning against you. You're not allowed to go to Home Depot. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And counsel, if there is restitution,
If there is.
we will have a restitution hearing
Yes, ma'am.
before I order him to pay restitution.
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular UAs, the MRT course, and there's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. You can either complete those service hours or you can pay it off at $7.25 per hour. I say pay it up to the San Antonio Food Bank because they usually have shortages. But if you have another charity that you would like and it is on their list, you can pay it to that charity. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
But that charity cannot be the Human Fund. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Which is a reference to Seinfeld.
Oh,
George did the Human Fund
I didn't.
and it wasn't a real charity.
I was trying to
Yeah.
process it. That's right.
And then he ended up collecting like $30,000 and it wasn't a real charity. So it
I
has to be a
remember that.
charity on their list, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, probation, is there anything else he needs? I'm sorry? All right, I'll give you the anti-theft course. I don't know if the anti-theft course is gonna help him though. So let me give you my anti-theft course. Don't steal. Don't take what doesn't belong to you.
Yes,
And if you go to somebody's place of business or somebody's home and they ask you to leave, leave. And don't go if you're not invited to a place. And if somebody invites you to a place and they're just taking you as a guest, make sure they're allowed to bring a +1. If they're not allowed to bring a +1, then you're not invited. Don't go. So that's my theft course. All right, is there anything else? Probation? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal? With your attorney, did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, everything that you do from here on out, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could result in me going to the state jail facility for up to 2 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good meeting you, counsel.
Good meeting you too, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes,
Have a
and
day.
then probation will go over his conditions with him.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'll
welcome.
tell him to stick around.
Asterisk, and just like that, the case of Francisco Cases 3 concludes. The judge, in a moment that mixes compassion with caution, sentences him to 4 years of deferred adjudication. a $500 probated fine, 100 hours of community service, and an anti-theft course that doubles as a life lesson. Don't take what isn't yours. There's no jail time yet, but the message is crystal clear. Next time, there may not be another chance. The judge questions whether the theft stems from compulsion, confusion, or unresolved trauma. The defense tries, but even they admit this isn't about drugs or desperation, it's about understanding a man who may not even understand himself. As Francisco walks out with conditions and cautions echoing behind him, one question remains. Will this be his turning point or just another pause before the cycle repeats? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Your support helps us bring these real-life, legal stories to life with context, clarity, and compassion. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and stay tuned.